So today it's time for yet another player comparison, and it's time to look at a position we really don't talk about often. Every time we talk about the strikers, the wingers, the defenders, and the midfielders, but the goalkeepers don't get a lot of the love. So today we are showing love to two top goalkeepers in the Premier League over the past decade or more. And now we're talking about David De Gea and Thibaut Courtois, two respected goalkeepers in Premier League folklore. And without wasting much time, Victor, who was the better goalkeeper in your opinion, and why?
Yeah, I'm going with De Gea here. I always felt like he's the better goalkeeper of the two, and the stats do tend to back that up. Whether we look at the number of Golden Glove awards, De Gea has two, Courtois had one. The save percentages, where De Gea is 2.5% above, even though he played for so much longer in the Prem, or discipline as well. For me, it's De Gea, especially because he sustained these better numbers for much longer in English football than Courtois did.
Yeah, fair enough. And Max, who was more impactful for their club? I think this is the easiest answer of the bunch.
I mean, not probably the easiest one, but I'd say I'll go with De Gea only because Courtois played only 4 seasons, but he won 2 Prems, and it actually means a lot, I'd say, but he wasn't like a main star of the club. There wasn't like some title winning moments from him because Chelsea were winning like with a solid advantage, and while De Gea was in a poor Man United after Ferguson, and he was still showing insanely good performance every single time for like almost a 10 year. So winning a lot of trophies, even Prem as well. So yeah, I'd go with De Gea here, but with a slight advantage.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Fair enough. So
I
moving on,
I don't know. I just feel like you said it's the easiest question, and that sits wrong with me. I just feel like it's probably the trickiest, right? Because, and bear with me here, neither of them was all that great. Honestly, you look at Chelsea with Courtois. Okay, they did plenty, but you could argue he did more for Atletico Madrid, never mind Real, than he did for Chelsea. Uh, De Gea at United, okay, sure, some awesome saves. I'm not going to begrudge him that, but not much success. I mean, a Prem title early on, a Europa League trophy, and a couple of other cups sounds great, but I don't know. Ultimately, I think I would give it to De Gea as well because I have to pick one. But the only criterion is that United, they would have been a bigger shit show without him.
exactly the angle I'm coming from. I mean, for a goalkeeper to win your player of the season 4 times,
Yeah.
that shows how important you are to the team. So I think the year slightly, edges it over Courtois. Anyways, moving on to you, Victor. Obviously, we cannot ask who was more of a joy to watch on and off the ball. So the question is, who had more skill sets to their overall goalkeeping between De Gea and Courtois?
De Gea, he had the flashier saves, and that tends to live longer in the memory. Courtois was good and he was dependable, but I think De Gea also had to face more adversity because he was behind some pretty crap United defenses.
Yeah, true. I can't disagree with that. And moving on, Max, if you're a manager, who would you rather have as your goalkeeper?
This one is pretty much hard, and I'll probably go with Courtois actually, because throughout all his career he was probably a bit more stable, and he was a bit better with the ball in his feet, like his long range passes and overall play on the ball was a bit better than De Gea, while De Gea was mostly the shot stopper throughout his career, and he had a couple of bad seasons at the end of the time at Man United when he was doing a lot of errors that moved to a goal. So I'll probably pick Courtois here just because he was more stable and better on the ball.
Victor, do you agree?
I mean, ultimately, I have to pick between two goalies that I never cared much for. So I don't know. I suppose De Gea, but again, eh. And I mean, with the whole thing with better with his feet, stats tend to disagree with that.
Mm. Fair enough. And just on a final note, this question is difficult to ask because I mean both goalkeepers are still playing modern day football, and I think judging by their modern careers, I think it pretty much answers itself. But regardless, I'll still ask which goalkeeper's quality, judging from their time in the Premier League, is more suited for modern day football. Victor.
Okay, here's where I'm gonna get into the stats with the playing with their feet, right? So nowadays, this is all the craze. What goalies can do with their feet, as if I don't know, being the next Andrea Pirlo is in everyone's job description. Um, I guess I'll judge them on that metric as well this time. Everyone, and you said the same thing as well, Max. Everyone always says that Courtois was better with his feet. If you look at their stats while in the Premier League, De Gea actually tops Courtois both for passes and for long passes by quite a bit. And he also has a much bigger sample size. I just feel like it's just such a myth that Courtois was better with his feet. Also, even though he was more erratic, at least to the eye test, De Gea was never sent off in the Prem. Courtois has 2 red cards. However, De Gea has almost 300 EPL appearances more than Courtois. So,
Yeah.
as for better on the ball, adapted to modern day football, sweeper keeper type of thing, I don't see why everyone has this, I guess, almost sort of fetish with Courtois.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Max, your answer on that?
I'll probably add this Courtois is 33, De Gea is 34, but Courtois plays for Real Madrid while De Gea plays for Fiorentina. Probably this says more about who is more suited for the modern day football, so I'll probably go with Courtois actually.
Yeah, fair enough.
He
I mean,
plays
I
for
think,
Real Madrid when he does play.
yeah, I don't know. My take on this is pretty maybe subjective because I feel like Courtois got better with age. I think he got better with age, and for the year it was the opposite. His quality sort of dwindled over the years. So, but if you were to ask me based off their prime, honestly, I think I would go with the year. If it was just based off their primes, I think I would go with the year. But yeah, that's
I just feel like he was a bit unlucky, being part of that Man United team and then Ten Hag coming in and chopping
yeah,
and changing
yeah.
for absolutely no
And let's
reason.
not forget that the year was actually a prime target for Real Madrid, but the fax machine, United did not fix their fax machine. Otherwise, the year would have been, a Real Madrid goalkeeper as well. So I mean, that there you go for another one. So at this point, we'll have to call our viewers to join us in the conversation. David De Gea versus Thibaut Courtois. Who was the better Premier League goalkeeper? Who would you rather have in your team? And who do you think is the better goalkeeper all around? We're waiting to hear from you, and we'll be ready to see what you think in the comment section.